Let me see the little background. Let's see how I sound. How do I sound? How do I sound? Yeah, I did love it. How do I sound? Yeah, I did love it. English. How's everything? How's everything? Okay. I am rocking my Phoenix Wright shirt for the occasion as well. Sorry guys, they're doing a little audio check. Alright, everything sounds good. It's good on our end. I feel like I'm a little low on like the volume, but this is gonna be great. Alright. Alright guys, Ace Attorney This is one of my favorite novel video games. It's about being a lawyer. There's some little fancy stuff like magic and stuff like that, but that's besides the point. The point is, it's a novel. We are a lawyer. We solve cases, and it gets really good. Now, obviously, this isn't Phoenix Wright, and yes, you may need to play the Phoenix Wright series, which I never played here, to get the story. But like I played the Phoenix Wright games multiple times because they got remastered in so many devices, like iPhones almost every time, Switch, PlayStation. It gets remastered all the time. BS. But this game never got remastered, and that's why I'm so hype about it, and I'm excited to play it. I know I'm late with it, but like with work and all that stuff, like I never got a chance to sit down and actually play it. But we are playing it now. Alright, let's go. Audio. Vibration, screen flashes, subtitles, test skip. Wait time. Language. Okay. Oh, this looks amazing. So basically, for those who played the A16 series but never finished it, basically this is the new guy, Apollo Justice, and his first case and his first. Well, you guys see, but basically, yeah, there we go. That's Phoenix Wright, and you'll see what happens. It'll basically explain everything, but let's get into it. Let's solve some mysteries. Looks good. Showdown time. You lose. Oh. Eek. Oh, blood splattered. Someone lost the game, got salty, whack 'em. I seem to be in a bit of trouble. Something like that. Dead. Ooh, someone hit him hard. Me? Please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should it come to that. And here we are. Panicked, palms sweating, knees weak, arms are heavy. I can admit it, I'm nervous. Ah, good morning. Look at this fine gentleman. Good morning, sir. Look at that suit. Look at them eyes. You look tense, Justice. Wound up tight? Wound up, sir? No, I'm loose, I'm fine. That screechy noise? Is that your voice? I suppose it's to be expected. Your first trial, and it's a homicide. I guess justice doesn't start small. Eh? I'm fine. I got a papaya to do my Courts of Steel voice workout. I'm fine. That explains it. I think it's like a certain rasping quality to your speech. Oh, we did it again. As you know, your client today is a good friend of mine. Oh, I wouldn't want to let him down, if you get my drift. Drift, gotten sir. I'm all over that drift. As it happens, I dined with him that night of the murder. You don't say. We can't let this case fall through. Yes, I'm fine, sir. One more thing. Don't say you're fine quite. Don't say you're fine quite so much. People might take you the wrong way. I'll be preparing our case. You might want to introduce yourself to the client. My name is Apollo Justice. If it isn't clear already, I'm a new attorney. And today's my first trial. Not that I'm worried or anything. The defendant has been accused of murder. My boss wants to help him out, of course, and so do I. I mean, there's no way he did it. Not him. No way. And here we are. We have Phoenix Wright. Whoa. Good morning. Morning. It's all up to you today. First trial, nervous, meeting him, cardiac arrest. I think I'm supposed to say something. Help? So you're fine. I'm fine. Mr. Fine, is it? I did remember you having an odd name. Well, we're off to a great start. Are you sure you're okay? I mean, with me? Mr. Gavin is a top-notch defense attorney, and he's your friend, so why? You'll see. You can do it. Be confident. I'm really sorry this happened to you. It's time. Shall we? Yeah, sure. Okay, I need to focus. First trial, here comes justice. Okay. The court is now in session. The defense is fine. Ready, Your Honor. I'm going black. Don't panic. Too late. Your name was Mr. Justice, and this is your first trial. Yes. But I'm fine. Mr. Gavin, yes, Your Honor. I was under the impression that you would be heading up this case. That was my intention, yes. However, a defense attorney must always see to his client's wishes. And my client specifically requested Mr. Justice. Well, of course he wants justice. But to entrust his case to this greenhorn, why? I did not exaggerate when I said that you're the best defense attorney in town, Mr. Gavin. Yeah, let's begin. The defense then may enter the courtroom. This is truly an unfortunate turn of events. I'm sorry we had to meet again under these circumstances. Long time no see, Mr. Wright. Yes, that is the Phoenix Wright from the first 3 games. He is no longer a lawyer. You'll see why. But it is shocking. When you first played 3 games, and then he's no longer a lawyer. He is, what do they call him? Hobo Phoenix, right? Yeah, he's jobless. He has, hit a rough patch, and he's been accused of murder. So, let's see. Let's put the past behind us, shall we? These days, I'm merely Phoenix Wright. I said piano player. Mr. Wright, how could this have happened? I won't speak of it further then. If the prosecution would be so kind to explain the charges, Mr. Payne. It is crazy when you think about it. You play the first 3 games, he solved every case, and then what could have happened? To think I saw you enter this room, a fresh attorney, and now I'll see you leave in chains. True, right? Like that was his first ever, like his first case once against Winston Payne. The crime occurred at the Borscht Bowl Club, a Russian restaurant. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, took the victim, a customer, and he hit him, wham, on the head, schmack, killed him cold. The customer at the restaurant, you say? And the defendant, you say he was the pianist for the club, it seems. Phoenix Wright, a pianist. This is the weapon that took the victim's life, a bottle of grape juice. Grape juice is apparently a defendant's drink of choice. The court assessed the deadly bottle as evidence. Alright. Sentenced to no justice. All evidence is filled in the court records. Yada yada yada. Make a practice of checking it frequently. Yada yada yada. The court record. Right, I've heard of that. You use that one to look at the evidence so far and confident your ability to handle this. Yada yada yada. Right, yeah, right. But just who was this Shuddy Smith? We believe he was a traveler, Your Honor. A traveler. According to his passport, he had been out of the country for a number of years. He had only returned to this country recently, though his place of residence is unclear. He has some sort of connection with the defendant. That too is clear. We believe they first met at the Borscht Bowl Club and then out of the crime. Perhaps the victim slighted the defendant's piano playing. No, the motive have nothing to do with the defendant's lack of playing skill. At least not piano playing. I'll let this photo explain what I mean. More evidence! God damn, look at that. A game of poker was in progress at the scene of the crime. It appears our defendant has fallen to become the basest sort of criminal.
Objection!
Oh, it is true the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. Yet it was only that, a game in the pure sense, a competition, Your Honor. A competition. Yes, a test of wits, a sudden clash of passions. Only the cards, the backs red and blue flame, know its final outcome. Come again. The cards in the table have blue blacks, Your Honor. I believe the defense was waxing poetic in an attempt to mystify those present and impress women. Very well, defendant. You will testify to the court about the poker competition held the night of the crime. My pleasure. This is it. My first draw. Here goes nothing. I am a pianist by trade, yet I can hardly play at all. My real drive is to take on interested customers over at the poker table. The room where we play in the competition and there are the club's main attractions. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. That's all it is, a game, and our customers are happy. A pianist who can't play piano. Better than the fence. Ooh. That was a low blow. Better than the first attempt. But didn't he beat you in the first, like, his, like, first ever trial? I don't want to be talking smack. Right, well, the defense may begin a crime. I mean, he's like, Right, my first class examination, don't blow it. You're sweating bullets. Bullets? Where? It's a figure of speech, just as your voice sounds stained and raspy, too. My brain feels strained and raspy, sir. You've watched me perform class examinations many times. Though you've never done one yourself, have you? Care for a refresher? No refresher, because we played this game many times, so we know what to expect. No thanks. No need for the pressure. No need for help here, sir. I think I got this one covered. Alright, let's begin. A pianist mache bucket you can hardly play at all. You can hardly play. Well, I'll play sometimes when customers demand it. So I'll play them one song. That's usually all they want. Is that supposed to be a boast just now? The title of pianist is a mask, a respectful face I wear for the world at large. Then why are you at the Borscht Bowl Club? Okay. Hold on, let me change the... I think it should be right here. My real job is to take on interested customers over the Poker table. No, I can't put it right here neither. The fuck? I think I'm gonna put it right here. My real job is to take on interested customers over at the poker table. They pay you just to play poker? That would seem to be the case. I am a professional after all. Bah! Do I have to take pride in that statement? It's just hard for an honest, hardworking member of society like me to imagine. Yes. And your imagination was always a bit limited, Winston. Ooh. 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 I played poker for 7 years in that little room. And I never lost. Once. Oh. You see why the customers come now? Defeat the undefeated poker champion. It's quite a draw. Same way like he was in lawyering, bro. Like no one could beat this guy. That is, I'm quite a draw. Wait, you never lost once? Not even one time? As I said, I'm a professional. He's played poker for 7 years and not lost once. Is that even possible? The room where we play and the competition in there are the club's main attractions. The room in the crime scene photo is an attraction. It has quite a history. Actually, the Borscht Bowl Club used to be a gathering spot for black market types back in the day. Black market? All in the past, things like the black market are only on the silver screen nowadays. Suffice it to say that there were a lot of deals being made under that table. Right there in that room, a smoking room, gambling hoods, you know, just looking at this picture makes you feel bad. The bosses get around the table, cutting deals, safe from the eyes of the law. Meanwhile, a goon keeps watching that small window. I can practically picture it now. That window does look but little else. The room had a few other tricks to it too. It was common knowledge to our regulars. At any rate, they come to play poker in the rooms steeped in history. Despite the dark past, it was all just good, clean fun. The rules are simply playing a game using 2 decks of cards. 2 decks of cards. A simple measure to prevent cheating. If you alternate 2 decks, no one can slip in cards. There's something else I noticed. In addition to the cards on the table, there are lines scattered on the floor. Precisely, cards on the table, cards upon the floor, each one forming a complete deck. A crime scene painted blue by a sad sweep of cards. It's poetic, really. Incidentally, we use 2 types of cards at the club. One deck of cards that's red, the other blue. As I recall, in poker you make 5 card hands. I can see how it would be easy to cheat. Yes, a game of hands. This competition you're talking about. I believe the court understands the nature of the game sufficiently. That's right. It was a simple game after all. People are not murdered over simple games, Mr. Justice. True. Defendant, you were in the room the very moment the crime occurred, yet you claim no connection to the crime. Now that's strange. What's strange? I was testifying about the competition that night. Asking me about the crime at this point is against the rules, Your Honor. He was a lawyer. He knows. Of course, I expected to hear a cry of objection from the defense. Not desperate yet, Justice. Sir? Right, there's something I like made clear. Namely, your connection to the case at hand, and I'd like to hear from you. Sure, why not? Very well, the defendant will amend his testimony. Just one little press. And I've got myself a whole new testimony. I plead silence regarding the murder, but I will say I never touched the murder weapon. Actually, let's check our Okay. There's the inconsistency. Grape juice bottle used as the murder weapon bears the defendant, Mr. Wright's print. But yet he testifies that he pleads silence regarding the murder. But he said he never. I will say I never touched the murder weapon. So you see, he didn't touch the murder weapon. This grape juice bottle, right? So I said. Something the matter, Mr. Justice? Too bad our new defense attorney never learned how to play dumb. What's this, Mr. Payne? I examined the bottle in question, you see, and it was covered with the defendant's fingerprints. Yeah. No need to shout, Mr. Justice. I can hear you. I actually said to condemn Mr. Judge's ears in our case. Anyway, I also said about fingerprints on a bottle in a restaurant. Well, that's true. The prints alone don't prove either. Oh, they wouldn't prove a thing if there were no more fingerprints. But the fingerprints on the murder weapon were upside down. What does that mean? It means he was holding the bottle inverted, and there can be only one reason for that. Yes. To brain someone with that bottle. I think things just took a turn for the worse. Oh? I see no problem, Justice. Defendant, can you explain the fingerprints on this bottle to the court? Alright, defendant, can you explain your fingerprints in this bottle to the court? I stand by my plea of silence regarding the murder. For now. Not very cooperative, are you? This could hurt your case. I'm sure he's uncooperative because he's hiding something. There must be some reason. Touche.
Objection!
Your Honor, you seem to have forgotten something. And what might that be, Mr. Gavin? On the night of the crime, who was it who reported the murder to the police? Reported? Well, that was the defendant. Wait, he snitched himself out? Turned himself in? But still, that... Really? Yes, well, according to the case file, the murder was reported from near the scene by a call from the defendant's cell phone. Near the scene? Let's take a look at a diagram of the murder scene, shall we? Let's. The victim was murdered in a small room in the basement 2 floors down from ground level. Of course, cell phones can't get reception so far down. The defendant used the stairs to the subway to go above the ground. The call came from the first floor of the restaurant. I see, and this is the phone that made the call. We got the phone. Then the defendant could have just left the scene of the crime if he so chose. Yet he fulfilled his duty as a citizen and reported it to the authorities. And you claim he is being uncooperative? Nice save, Mr. Gavin. I better not waste this. I think the prosecution has toyed with our client enough for the time being. Toyed? I'm sure you know one is more serious about... What was it you said? The defendant was in the room the very moment the crime occurred? How can you personally know this? That is a good question. The answer is simple, Your Honor. The prosecution has a decisive witness. You got some gorgeous eyes, dude. Oh, you're as good as they say you are. So someone was in the room the night of the crime. That must mean they witnessed the crime. Everything up until now has been a warm-up, Justice. Are you ready? My brother, the prosecution may call his first witness to the stand. Oh, look at her. The witness will state her name and profession. Hold on just a moment. Where's the witness? As her mother, she has been frightened by the defendant's demonic-looking horns. No. Sorry, you still let her head choke. Relax. Have no fear. If any horse point in your direction, this court will cut them off. You are sure? I swear on my gavel. Please come out. Isn't violence against hair a crime? Well, if you are sure it is, okay. What the fuck? With the prosecutor to explain the witness's paraphernalia? Yes, she is a professional. Your Honor, those are merely the tools of her trade. And that would be, my name is Olga Orley. Oh, really? Olga O'Reilly? Olga Orley? I'm employed as waitress in Borscht Bowl Club restaurant. Then why the camera? Of course, it is my pride to serve borscht, that is named restaurant, but I also perform other services. I take one of those other services, taking the customers' pictures. Like for example, this one. Oh shit. Oh shit. Look at them. Well, look at them flip-flops. This dude really like let himself down, bro. Got the hoodie, look like he wearing sweats, some rags. That's the defendant. Indeed, on the night of the murder, the man in white hat is one who has gone kaput. Indeed, that is the victim. It's the same way as I drop cold bowls of borscht on laps of customers, casually. Gotta look into that. I want the room, the hideout we call it. Excuse me, the hideout? It is here where famous gangsters, bad guy, was arrested. It is here where murder took place. Why you talk like that? You look up out of surprise, it is lovely. I will post by opening the door later for you. That the photos will be numbered and you will write which ones you want to copy off. So there were 3 people in the room at the time of the crime. The victim, Shane Smith, Mr. Wright, and Olga Orley. Witness. And if Mr. Wright isn't the killer, that means... Very well, witness. You will testify to the court about that night's events. That fateful night. That night, customer asked me to deal cards for game. Okay. It was cold. Both players played with hats on. The victim, he plays hold tab with his hand on locket. The victim, he plays hold tab with his hand on locket at his neck. Why you talk like that, bro? Then, last hand is done, but something terrible has happened. The man flew at victim and strangled him to death. As I was the one that was the victim, Mr. Smith. Objection! That's ridiculous. Because Mr. Fred can't lose. Justice, maybe you could come up with a more legitimate objection. We're gonna get it happens. I didn't lose a case. I didn't lose a case my first 7 years as prosecutor either. Incidentally, I have some evidence here. These are the poker chips as they lay the very moment of the crime. The hand and chips on this side belong to the defendant, Mr. Wright. Those on the far side belong to the victim, Mr. Smith. Chips, you say? Yes, imagine the poker is war. Your hand is your army and the chips are the spoils. The poker head of courtroom number 3. I think he means poker face. Damn, we got so much evidence to look at. Very well, the defense may cross-examine the witness. Alright, here we go, guys. Let's look at our... Let's take a look at this. Oh no, we already seen this. Let's look at the bottle. No clues here. Grape juice. How long has it been since I drank grape juice? Apparently it's Mr. Wright's favorite drink. The bottle is completely empty. Okay, nothing else. No clues here. Oh, what's this? Wow, the battery's being held in with a piece of tape. You should just buy a new one. Maybe he can't afford it. Or he just doesn't care. Nah, he can't afford it. Okay, nothing else. Looks like they were having a meal. We got Matryoshka dolls in the back. Got a couple bottles of grape juice. This by the piano. That guy looks like a gangster, bro. He got like the whole intimidating beard. And we have, look at that, the way he's dressed. It's a dope outfit. Then you look at this guy. Look at his fucking sandals, bro. Can't even afford shoes. And they're in snow. Sheesh. Oh yeah, let's look at this. We see the bottle. We see one. I don't play poker, so I can't. I mean, I don't know. Okay. Okay. Alright. Let's hear this bitch. Okay. You were dealing cards. Do you do this often? I'm doing this. The customer wishes it. It serves anything. Borscht cards, more borscht. It is my work. I swear to God, just reading her fucking dialect makes you feel more retarded. It's good to hear of a place that hasn't forgotten the meaning of service. Oh, what a fucking kiss ass. Welcome you to Borscht Club, where Borscht is as warm as the waitress. Thank you for not handing out flowers during the class examinations. It was cold, both players played with hats on. It's already April, how could it be cold? They played it. Oh, that is true. At Borscht Club, we have pride on authentic rustic Russian restaurant theme. Outside, it is city in spring, but inside, it is always as cold as Mother Russia. No way am I going there. When it comes to hot borscht, cold is best seasoning. Bah. The victim, he plays whole time with his hand unlocked at his neck. Fuck, I hate you with your shit. His locket? I believe it was good luck. I believe it was a good luck charm. He gripped it many times as he played that night. Fit around his neck, it wouldn't have much left. No, God, this dude. That's what she called it. Yeah. Hard of hearing or hard of understanding. So what happens next? That last hand is done, but something terrible has happened. Something terrible. The defense will for Neela shouted. Sorry. But the defender would never do such a thing. No, now I can't say I've ever heard a defense try this tactic. If possible, please refrain from embarrassing me. Oh. There were only 3 people in the room at the time of the murder. Alright. Let me see something. See? I think she fucked up. It was this one right here. You see? She said that man flew at the victim and is strangling to head, but that wasn't the cause of death. No, I didn't mean to fucking press. Skip it. Skip this. Objection! There we go. Oh really? Strangled, you say? That's odd. The normal customers only choke on borscht. Now, this report shows that the victim died of a blow to the head. Is orally. Really now? Did you witness the crime? Okay. Looking at the picture, it doesn't seem like he was hit. He's still wearing his head and everything. True. Yeah, it is the fact that he was hit, Your Honor. Ooh, look at that mean ball head. Here's a photo we took of the victim with his hat off during our investigation. That looks more like a bullet hole than it does a fucking hit to the head. Well, that's quite shocking, isn't it? His head certainly was hit. No, really, Miss Orley. I think I've caught you in your own line this time. Yes, look at that confident look. Good work. Justice? Let's see if she continue the cross-examination. Hmm. Doesn't say anything about blows. I don't see his locket. Okay, we're gonna press. Didn't say anything about him before. Bullshit, bitch. I think he went after the lockets. I don't think he went to go stranglehold. See, in here, he had the locket. In here, he didn't. And in here, he also didn't. No, that's a lie. Damn it, which one should I choose? Cause think about it. If you try to strangle him and then he tried to hit him in the head with a bottle, then his hat would have been taken off. But here he fought. Objection! No, that's the wrong one. Ooh, that's a penalty. That's a... Objection! It fucking isn't. Stop pressing that. After the defender tried to startle the victim, he hit him with bottle. And then vicinity these two. Let's go with... Objection! That's not it. Oh boy. Objection! Alright. I gotta... Alright. Fucking read. Okay, read. Alright. The night customer asked me to deal cards for game. It was cold, both players with hats on. Could it be? I fucked up, guys. I said finish right to job. That's not how it's supposed to go. Alright. The victim, he plays whole time in his hand. Okay, but... Objection! There we go. You know, there was one curious part in her testimony, just like Mr. Gavin said. But what does it mean? Mr. Just to put your kids, explain what it is you're thinking so intensely about. Record the testimony, Your Honor. The victim played with his hand on locket at his neck, I believe she said. I hope you aren't about to raise an objection to the witness grammar. Oh, dang, her grammar is so horrible. No, but look at this photograph. Do you see a locket on the victim's neck? We do not! Thank you, Mr. Kristoff. If you're to believe this witness testimony as is, then the locket disappeared following the victim's death. Lockets don't just disappear, Your Honor. It's quite simple when you think about it. If the locket is gone, someone must have taken it off. No. Taken it off? Wait, you don't mean the defendant wasn't strangling the victim at all. He was taking off his locket. Wouldn't that explain it? Make sense? What do you have to say to this? You say, yes. I just noticed this, but you have something hanging around your neck, don't you? Oh, you mean this? Yes, it's a locket with a photograph inside. A photo of my daughter. Come again? Mr. Wright, you have a daughter? Can you confirm at the time of the arrest? The picture in the locket is indeed Mr. Wright's daughter. So Mr. Wright has a locket too? Why do not buy at this is just a coincidence? Too much of a coincidence. Well now, if the results of this program led to the murder, perhaps we should hear a bit more about the outcome of the game. Further testimony won't really be necessary. It's clear the defendant lost badly. Alright, relax. And so really, you will testify to the court about the game played between the victim and defendant. Duh. Alright, bitch. The game began with 3,500 points in chips for each man. House chips come in two sizes, small and large. The one who was wounded, it was victim. For last set, defendant played with all chips on table and lose. The moment loss was decided, defendant grabs bottle from table and... Fucking hate me. Indeed, looking at this picture, it does seem to be a one-sided game. As the court knows, poker was the defendant's life. What's this?
So you want an orange juice, right?
Donnie wanted orange juice. Not me. I got my water.
Imagine. Oh. Well, I'll leave you two with them.
Come. Hello there, buddy. My dog's in my lap. Go, baby. Go inside. Go. Go inside, baby. Alright. Failure must have been a bitter pill to swallow. How many times have I heard these words? I've done it in the fit of anger, Your Honor, and now I regret what I've done. A common tale, but true. True words have never been spoken. Methinks the judge watches too many old court movies. Mr. Vesey, he hasn't lost in 7 years, so this testimony must be wrong. The game began with 3,500 point chips for each man. Are those the usual starting points? Were any special rules used? No, not special. Usual game, usual rules. If each man begin with 3,500 points, then the total will be 7,000. Exactly 7,000 points. Please, this isn't calculus. It's not even long division. House chips come in two sizes, small and large. I'm gonna press it anyways. Are the chips in this photo all the chips that were used? Of course. Something's fishy with these chips. Should I press harder? Pause. Well, yes. Maybe you can explain a bit about these chips. Explain? What is that to explain? Oh. Poker chips are poker chips. They're not fish and chips. Not a chip off the old block. Not a motorcycle cup. Not a... Thanks. Oh god. Yeah. Two types of chip, 100 points and 1,000 points chip. It is not money, down. Justice, sir. Don't you find her continent interesting in more ways than one, sir? Yes. Added to the testimony. I wish I knew where I was going with this. One kind of chip is worth 100 points, the other worth is 1,000, two kinds in all. So that's supposed to be 7,000. So that's supposed to be 7,000, right? 35. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10,000 fucking chips, bro. I'm gonna press this bitch. Mr. Gavin said this to someone was important. To be honest, Mr. Justice, did the court a favor and think what you said before raising your hand. We are not in kindergarten. Relax. So I'm fine. I better think of something to ask, and quick. Don't waste our time. Yeah, go. Great, Mr. Gavin made me stop her, and now I'm the one who looks dumb. Please try not to embarrass me like that. Who, me? There's a clear contradiction in the information. It's a simple matter of calculation. Go on, try it. We're not in kindergarten after all. Calculation. Okay, see that's what throws me off. Hold on. Let's go back. Hold up. 3,500 trips. Each player should be 7,000. She said. So one. Hold on. Okay, hold on. So let's try it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know, but like this is a detective game, so I really gotta. I don't know. I'm trying to figure this case out. So like I need to do math. Okay. So let's assume the small ones are worth 1,000, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so the small chips are worth 1,000. The big ones are worth 100. I still don't know where I'm going with this. One kind of chip is worth 100 points, and other kind is worth what? That's 2 kinds in all. Okay. Wait. If that is the case, Okay. So if the small ones are worth 100,
maybe 100.
No. So wait. Fuck. I hate math. All right. So, okay. So the red ones are 1,000, and the big ones are 100. If that's the case, then he's not losing. He's winning. He has 1, 2, 3, 4,100 chips. He has 2,000. So he wasn't losing. He was winning. The one who was winning was he wasn't. No.
Makes sense.
For last time defense chips no. That's where you're wrong, bitch. Right? Makes sense, right? Let's just go with it. You're wrong, bitch. You sure it was the victim who won? Absolutely sure. Considering our near attorney is a bit confused. And glad that the picture is enough to tell you who won if you're not in kindergarten. Oh, we're smart guys. Where's math? Just for safety's sake, could you explain the problem to the court? Of course, Your Honor. In this photo, I see small chips and I see large chips. Tell me, which were worth 1,000 points? Why the big ones are... Oh, I thought so too. But then, yeah, see, that's what I did. I add them all up. It was like 10,000 chips. I was like, that's not right. Let's review what the winners told us. Each man started with 3,500 points in chips. And the combined total value of the chips was 7,000. Yes. If my calculations are correct, let's see. 3 plus 1 carry. We're not doing all that. There are, Your Honor. Now, look at this photo. And let's just roll the chips.
3,500 plus 3,500.
See? We're mathing. If the pictures are worth 1,000 points and the small chips are worth, and you add them up, how much is it? It's like fucking 10,000. 10,000 cents worth. So yeah, see, that didn't make sense. The chips don't add up. This clearly contradicts the witness testimony. Exactly. Fuck. Starting points were wrong. No, chip count was wrong. The odd thing here is that the number of chips. Oh, I fucked up. Why are you asking me? Ah, boy. Ah, damn. Well, they were both wrong, basically, right? I mean, both were right. Each may begin the game with 2,500 points. If all the chips are indeed shown in this photograph, then there can only be one answer. No, what is it? The value of the chips was the other way around. Exactly. Want to know what I think? That small chips were worth 1,000 points and the big ones, yeah, there are 6 small chips and 10 large chips. See? Thank you, Mr. Kristoff. Sort of. But wait, the value of the chips may be different, but that changes nothing. It changes everything. He wasn't losing. There you go, bitch. Exactly. If the small chips are 1,000 points and large chips are 100, let's do a little math. Add the points up for each side of the table. Ah. And there you go. Well, now it seems that Mr. Red was winning that night after all. Makai had an evil last reason to kill a victim. After all, he was winning. Now, Mr. Orley, you must have known the true value of the chips since you were there at the scene of the crime. That is true, you fucking worked there, weren't you? Order! It appears that the defendant has lost his motive. There we go. And Mr. Bryce's supposed defeat never happened. There we go. We must now ask ourselves whether we can trust the witness testimony at... Oh. Right, it gets good. What's Mr. O'Reilly? I did not want to be saying this, but... Actually, you see... You see what, Mr. O'Reilly? What do we see? In the last hand, there was cheat... Ooh! A cheat? You don't mean a trick? Right, or do you mean a scam? They're all the same. Yeah, they were cheating last hand. That's why I get ends with chips as they are. Okay. First we have lying, now cheating, next is stealing. Well, this case it has taken a turn for the interesting. Witness, you would please testify to the... Yes, do testify.
They're all sinners.
All of them, bro. We're in court. You're under oath. The last hand, both men had full house. There's 4 of each card in deck from ace to king. If you look at both men's hands, she is more obvious, bro. I hate the fucking way she talks, bro, because every time I read it, I sound stupid. The next moment, game becomes argument that the defendant's trick was exposed. He took bottle in his hand, poor Mr. Smith. Miss Orley, why did you not tell the court about this from the very beginning, right? What the smell they cover up here? Well, folks, it's time to roll back the covers. A full house is a very high scoring hand. Not easy to make in my experience. Not long enough to suspect less than scrupulous tactics. What's a full house? Oh, is that show back in what, like this early 80s, some shit like that? Featuring John Stamos, Bob Saget, you know, that bunch. Lawyers these days. You don't know your poker? Oh, that. I can say this bodes well for your case or career. What is this? Some kind of secret poker?
Oh my yeah, that's a Full House TV show.
See, I wasn't wrong. You know the terms one pair, two pair, and three of a kind? Yes. Yeah, no problem. Two cards with the same number makes a pair, and three makes three of a kind. Good. Now picture a hand with one pair and one three of a kind. Ah, that's a full house. Oh.
Full House is also a term in card game.
Yeah, no, that it definitely looks like Jetsy Katopoulos. That doesn't sound very easy to make, does it? You can see each player's hand in this photo. Wow, they both have full houses. They do. We forget there's an easy way to make a full house and go undefeated for 7 years. You cheat. Okay. So you're accusing my client of cheating. That offense may cross no witness. If he did cheat in the last hand, then that still leaves one important question. Mr. Wright lost that hand? Who's ever heard of a professional con man losing when they cheat? It happens. Alright, bitch. The final hand. The last hand, both men have full house. Let's learn more about that. Just how hard is it to make a full house anyways? It is quite hard. It is making a pair and a three of a kind at the same time. Let me just establish that. Oh god. Very difficult, but it is not impossible. Yes. There is 4 of each card and then from ace to king. 4 of each card, you say? There's 1 spade, 1 diamond, 1 heart, and 1 club for each card. It is interesting fact that this number 4 comes from number of seasons. Now, okay. You're a lawyer, but you're not great at math. That's why each deck has 2 jokers.
365 maybe.
They say the second joker stands for the... Okay. Thus you have a perfect representation of the year. All in a deck of cards. Okay. For that but man, she is more obvious. Well, the defendant, he played a 5th ace. A 5th ace. I still remember both hands very well. Okay. This man had 3 aces. Oh, I see. Obviously, cheated was a foot, or perhaps I should say a hand. Right, without the joke. Very well, the witness will add this detail to her testimony, please. Mr. Miss had 3 aces and Mr. Wright's... Okay. A 5th ace. I still remember both hands very well. Which just establishes. He has 3 aces. And he had 2. Perhaps we should ask the defendant that very question. Adding cards to our deck is no less serious a taboo than forging evidence in a court of law. Ooh. The next moment, game becomes argument, and then we recall what the men were arguing about. I believe so. The victim says you are a cheater, and then the defendant shouts something like, I have objection. Shout an objection, all habits are hard to break. First he busts his way through the courtroom, now he busts his way through life. That's it, the cast to shut up for that man. He takes bottle in his hand for Mr. Smith.
This
By
game
Butter.
is a lot of reading.
It's a novel game. It's one of my favorite ones. Yeah, you're literally only pressing like 2 or 3 buttons and you're reading this. It's a lawyer game. So yeah, a lot of reading. I know it's not fun, but I love this game. By bottle, are you referring to this? And defendant uses his bottle to... This behavior is an admission of cheating by the defendant. But why use a grape juice bottle?
It is interesting and fun and entertaining.
I'm glad you're enjoying it, because I am. Hefty enough to brain a grown man, apparently. First she says it was a serious competition, now she said it was cheating.
Just a lot of reading oh now.
I'll do the reading, you can do the listening. Alright, let's take a card. Alright. Oh wait, where the fuck you see the fucking 5th ace? You're lying, bitch. Objection! It appears that witness is mistaken.
Mistaken, haha.
The catcher just said is this, bitch. Where the fuck is... Where the fuck you see the 5th ace? Take that! Oh god. Wait, what the fuck am I pointing at? The 5th ace, right? Well, I don't fucking see it. Point to the relevant spot.
There's only 4.
That's what I'm saying, but what am I supposed to point at? Is it his hand? There we go. Usually, you testified you made the following claim. Mr. Smith has 3. Oh, of course. But you can see the victim's hand only held 2 aces. Oh, yeah, I knew that. Well, maybe the winner was simply confused. Perhaps it was the defendant that had the 3rd ace question. He don't got a 3rd ace neither! Speaking facts. Intense, Mr. Gavin. Who knows what lies in store for us in the trial ahead? Your Honor, if I may, I have a suggestion. Why might that be, Mr. Gavin? If you don't mind, perhaps we might examine the actual cards. The cards, Mr. Payne? The player's hand and neck were set aside as evidence, were they not? The victim hands. Yes. Well, time's a wasting. Get to it, Justice. Okay, yes, I know. Okay, yes, I know. Yeah. Ooh! 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 That's true. That's true. Oh, a professional cheater. Choose your words wisely.
She was the dealer.
Yeah, she was the dealer. I was about to tell you right now. That's impossible, but I put the card in Wright's hand. Ooh! Ms. O really conspired to cheat, not with my client, but with the victim. Not only did she cheat, she cheated poorly. Therefore, it's not hard to imagine an altercation between her and the victim. Okay. Wait, you don't mean the defense isn't accusing the witness, Mr. Gore, really, are you? Time for justice. There were 3 people in the room at the time of the incident. And if Mr. Wright isn't guilty, that means I am... The defense accuses the witness, Ms. O'Reilly, of murder. It appears she has lost consciousness, Your Honor. You see, she presented a new possibility to the court, one suggesting a connection between the witness and the victim, Mr. Smith. This court cannot pronounce a verdict for the defendant at this time. And seeing no point in prolonging the trial this day, the prosecution will need to make further inquiries. That's our defendant, that's our guy. You can't end the trial here, Your Honor. Not yet. What nonsense the defendant spewing out? Think, one of the cards had a different colored back. Don't you wonder what it means? Mr. Many of all people should know, Mr. Red has a talent for the ridiculous. That is true. If you play the first 3 games, crazy things have happened. Perhaps we should get to the bottom of things. Let's clear up the facts about the game that fateful night. As was said before, we alternated between 2 deck of cards that night. That was said before. The 2 decks of the club had different colored backs, blue and red. 1 color per deck. Why use different color packs? If you use the same color, the two decks might get mixed. We used the red deck for the last game. Let me see. Okay, whatever. In the end, the wrong color got into the mix, which means there was cheating. Yes, a card slipped into the deck would seem to indicate cheating. Yet this card raises two serious questions. Apollo? Yes. Let's consider the first question, shall we? Think, in the last game, when was the card swapped? When? There are three broad possibilities here. It could have been swapped before the murder, during the murder, or after the murder. It does bring up a good question. Well, yeah, thanks for the news bulletin, Mr. Wright. Of course it was swapped. Oh? It might be as simple as you think, Mr. Brand, or it might not be. I'd like to hear what Apollo thinks first. Before the murder? After the murder? Let's see.
During.
You think so? Probably. I feel like that makes the most sense. Like during.
I'm guessing.
Well, that makes two of us. Let's. Let's. Okay, during. But I feel like if they did it during, it would be noticeable. I want to say before. Well, it must have been.
So would after, would it not?
They all sound like good answers. You mean during the game? I wonder. No, he has a point. He has a point. No. He has a point. No. Alright, relax. Alright, so then it's after. What's that? Ridiculous. What's the point of cheating after the heads have been shown? That's silly. Yes, but tell me, how do you swap cards during the game? Fair point. Take it from me, son. There's a lot of silly in this world, but very little impossible. If you pull that during the game, you'd be caught in no time. Quite true. Then we know the blue card in question was swapped after the hands were shown, after the murder. Now, why would they do that after the murder? Okay, this is going past silly and straight on to crazy. Ask it, what's the point of cheating after the game's over? Who would do that? Who indeed? That's one of the mysteries before us. Yes, a simple yet decisive question must be asked. Who swapped the red card for a blue card? Okay, so who was it that swapped the red card? Well, it was fucking... Olga? Don't say someone else. Because now I don't sound so sure no more. What the fuck? There was 3 people in the room. This bitch right here. the GOAT Phoenix Wright unlock character by solving this question. Okay. Okay, let's think what happened. Why would she swap the fucking card? I mean, the game is over. He's dead, right? Like, what's kind of like the point? So I feel like she has no reason to swap, unless she's trying to frame Mr. Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright wouldn't do it. Let's go with this bitch. Well, it must have been Olga really who swapped the cards. She was trying to cover up evidence of the cheating. That, yeah, see, it makes sense. Oh, okay, maybe I'm not as smart as I thought I was. The swap card was from the wrong... That is true. Mixing the card from the wrong deck when the backs are different colors. Remember... Oh, that is true. So there was someone else? There's someone else? Someone else. There's someone else. The one who saw the card wasn't Mr. Wright, of course. And well, it doesn't seem like it could have been Olga really either. Okay. Okay. I believe we're about to see this case take a new direction. We'll find that indeed after the murder. Someone swapped one of the cards in the victim's hands. And that someone made two critical mistakes. I'm sure you're going to tell us that first was swapping the wrong color card. Because the one who did the swap didn't know two colors of cards were being used. True. The other mistake was the number on the card. Right. The fifth ace. The person replaced the fifth ace with the king. I'm so far Rosetta wasn't expecting there to be a fifth ace after all. All they knew was the game had been won with a full house. So they picked up a king from the table, swapped it in. There's one problem. According to our court, this person doesn't exist. Sure, not until now, but you have to admit the possibility of a fourth person. That's crazy. Though it's more than a possibility. There was someone else there that night at the scene of the crime. I believe the judge spoke truthfully earlier. You do make trials ridiculous, Mr. Wright.
Excuse me?
The trial has proceeded on one central assumption, namely that at the time of the incident there were only 3 people in that room. I believe this new evidence, shall we say, overturns that assumption. The problem is that you choose to conceal this information from the court. I suppose that is a problem, yes. The court is adjourned for a brief recess. Mr. Gavin, I'll see you in my chambers during this recess. Certainly, Your Honor. Very well, the trial will resume in 20 minutes. That was quite unexpected, Mr. Wright. To suddenly claim there was another person at the scene of the crime like that. I must ask, is it the truth? Well, now I think you would know the answer to that. Being mysterious, are we? Sadly, I have no time for mysteries. I only ask that you lead the defendant to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome. I see you haven't mellowed out one bit, Kristoff. Justice, Yes, sir. The judge has summoned me to his chamber, so carry on without me. You did well, Apollo. Can I ask you something? Sure. That locket you wear, is that really yours, Mr. Wright? You're wondering about the victim's disappearing locket? Here, you can take a look at it. That's a picture of my daughter in there. I'm just surprised to hear that you had a daughter. Most people are. Perhaps you'll meet her one of these days. One more question. The one who cheated that night, was it you? What do you think? You know what happened 7 years ago, what I did. Again, guys, we were talking about how, like, this character that you see right now, the first 3 games of this series, you play as him, and he was like this great lawyer. And then this game came out, and then for some reason, like, he's no longer a lawyer. He got fired, and now he's a bum playing piano, who's accused of murder. And we're defending him. So he kind of talks about what happened. What I did. It's not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat. No, I know, honest, but it is sad that he managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years. Want to know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt bad cards all night and still win. Poker. You see, poker is all about reading your opponent. In that way, it's a lot like a court case. Poker is like trial law. Figure out what your opponent is thinking, and you win. Well, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds. I think not. Try as they might to conceal it, everyone reveals their true thoughts in the end. Their body language can become a valuable source of information. That one is, for instance, Miss Orleans. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice? Hell fucking no. I'm saying. Words, habits, twitches, it's all information for the reading, I suppose. That's the secret to winning, Apollo. Someone taught me, and now I pass that secret on to you. Aww. I know who that someone is. But I'm not worthy. I mean, there's no way I'll pick up on these signals. No, you can do it. You just don't know it yet. What's he talking about, bro? But you will soon. Almost forgot. One more thing about this case. You should know I haven't told the truth to anyone yet. How the fuck am I supposed to defend you fucking lying? I know. I have my reasons, of course, and all shall be revealed. And Apollo, I need you to be there, defending me. I need your power. It's time. The real trial begins now. Do your best. Oh boy. No, we're gonna continue this. What time is it? It's only 9. They're definitely gonna finish this. Yes. Awesome, awesome. Yes. And we're back. Court will now reconvene. Has our witness, Miss Olga, really recovered? Yes, Your Honor. Well, she's regained consciousness. Perhaps we can hear her version of the events again? That's the thing. You see, she's quite fatigued. You're looking a bit fatigued yourself, Mr. Payne. Sadly, fatigue is insufficient grounds for refusing to testify or prosecute. True. The defense would like to request that Miss O'Reilly takes the stand. Very well. The witness will take the stand. Yeah, bitch, you're testifying. Perhaps you can repeat your name and profession. Or perhaps you'd rather admit that you're a poor liar and a poor... Ooh. Well, alright. Fucking Kristoff just letting her have it. Not... Ah. Name's Olga Orvin. That's the truth. I'm a pro dealer. Alright. Okay. Feisty looking bitch. People call me Olga Quick Fingers O'Reilly. Okay. Pause. Oh, really? Want to know something else? I'm not really Russian and my last name sounds like, oh really? Yeah, no, fucking shit, that's how I was pronouncing it. There, that's the truth. I hope you're satisfied. Witness, you will tell the court what you were really up to that night. Fine, I'll talk. We had a plan, see? Let me remind you, you are currently under oath. Right? Stop lying. Any further fabrication will have serious consequences. Fine. Like I said, I'm a pro. That guy Smith hired me to do what I do best. I was planted at the Borscht Bowl Club several days prior to the night of the game as a waitress. So you were in cahoots with the victim. Ooh. Not that he needed my help. Smith is a well-known poker player in some circles. But winning wasn't the main purpose of this game. It's about destroying a legend, the unbeatable Phoenix Wright. The plan was simple, elegant, really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant the card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. He would then pull out the planted card, and the trap would snap shut. I see. You swapped the cards. Exposed as a cheater and loose, and on top of it, it would have made a great double play. I see. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces. Indeed. Getting caught red-handed at cheating would cast down all his prior wins. A 7-year legend destroyed by one little card. That was the plan. Oh really? How droll. But it appears you made quite the mistake. A mistake. Now you get a trap was elegant. Yet what happened to that planted card? Hey, that's right. He's lucky, I'll give him that. You had to be to slip free from a trap laid by Olga Quick Fingers O'Reilly. Oh really? That witness would be cute. Who wants to be cute? I'm not cute, I'm bad, you hear me? Bad. Alright, bad bitch. Were you through being bad? Perhaps you could testify to the court. Tell us about this trap and how it was sprung. Okay. Testify, bitch. That night, I planted the card like I was supposed to. And Wright lost the last hand, just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. But the planted card was gone. The trap failed. The next morning, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. It wasn't me who hit Smith. It was that no-good cheating defendant. The trap was perfectly perfect if that rotten cheater hadn't messed it up. Okay. What witness when is criminals? And with the defense episode when is prosecutors. Alright, let's okay. That night I planted the card like I was supposed to. Okay. This planted card, which card was it exactly? The trump card. The 5 of hearts. Okay. Let me guess. Mr. Red was to have switched the 5 the 8 to make a full house. At least that's what you were going to accuse him of doing, thereby ruining his legend. I slid into Wright's pocket. When was this? Why, before the match. Of course, while he was eating. At the Borscht Bowl Club, we serve borscht and suckers. Remember never to go there. Of course, the card was to make its grand debut during the game. Like a good borscht, a good club must be cooked up early and allowed to thicken. And Wright lost the last 10 just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. So everything went according to plan. Exactly. The 5th ace came up, so it's obvious The switch went off without a hitch. Once the extra card was found in his pocket, Brad would be forever known as a cheat and a fraud. There are worse things to be known as, I suppose. Tell us what happened with the search. But the planted card was gone, the trap failed. The card disappeared? Yeah, my trump card, the 5 of hearts. Gone, without a trace. Proof, Zippo. We searched every nook and cranny, even inside his cute little hat. But the card was nowhere to be found, is this correct? Never in my long stirred career, never has quick fingers orally been so readily duped. Oh really? So what did happen to the 5 of hearts? Don't look at me. Why don't you ask that cheating, lying, two-faced defendant? Oh. The next moment I picked the bottle and swung it. Wait, isn't that a little odd? What's odd? We searched Mr. Red thoroughly and found nothing, which means he didn't cheat, which means he had no reason to strike the victim. True, true. Well... Yes. Miss Ori, you're hiding something. What are you talking about? The defense will refrain from baseless accusations. I have one question for the witness then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? She's touching the back of her neck. Yeah, there we go. Ms. Orley, perhaps you are unaware of this yourself. Unaware of what? Whenever you get to a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand. My neck? So what? What indeed, Justice? I hadn't noticed anything of the sort. When she says that part of that testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Her body reacts to the memory and she touches her neck. I'm sure of it. Remember it? Would someone care to explain what she's babbling about? This is unusual, but let's ask the defense. You claim the witness is remembering something. Maybe you have evidence of this memory to show us? Moment of the crime. Therefore, there must be something behind this habit of yours. I believe the weapon Ellen. Whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, she touches her neck. And what reminds us more of that moment than this bottle, the murder weapon. But something doesn't fit. If you were only the witness to the crime, if you were only the witness to the crime, why would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain? Ooh! What's he talking about now? It was Mr. Smith, the victim, who was hit, not you. Ooh! It's a crash examination, not a crash wall conjecture. The witness habits, they're completely irrelevant. Justice, I'll admit I'm a bit confused myself. This is certainly a unique cross-examination. I'll explain later. Just trust me. Now's our only chance to break her. Okay. Ms. Orley, please testify needs about the moment of the crime. The very moment. Ooh. Oh, what the hell? We know you're not Russian. The witness will testify, please, now. He's the one who did it. I didn't let him out of my sight until the cops got there. You seem uneasy. You try standing up here. Our eyes are done all over the place. I must be getting warm. Tell me, after the crime, what was the defendant like? Well, he must have been stunned by the weight of his crime. He sat in a daze at the table until the cops came. Intriguing, I believe. I'll tell you what I think her testimony is flawed. It's basically bogus. It contradicts the evidence. What's that? Was that he called the cops. She didn't let him out of her sight until the cops got there. That's cap, because he left to make a phone call. Mr. O'Reilly, we have a record here that clearly contradicts what you said. It states that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant. Exactly, bitch. And we know that the defendant left the room, climbed the stairs, and made that phone call from the first floor of the Borscht Bowl Club. Yeah, bitch. So explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely. Yeah, bitch. The man who picked up the bottle and swung it at that night wasn't the defendant. There's still someone else there. You dirty cheat. Check his pockets now. It's gone. The card's gone. You lose. Oh, this is getting juicy. Just as Mitch grabbed the bottle from next to right, what really happened? And he hit me. Ooh. The truth comes out. You, some master cheating you turn out to be. When it came to the victim was already dead, is that it? That's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. If it came out that I was Lehman's man, I'd be a suspect for sure. Well, where does this leave us? Man, it must have been me who has. It must have been who was hit with a bullet. I'm imagining all of this. It appears our prosecution is wit's end, and frankly, I can't blame them. Mr. Gavin, what do you think about this turn of events? I believe that, as the defense in this case, we are compelled to call Ms. Riley a big fat lie. There were 3 were in that room the night of the murder: the defendant, victim, and her. And she has a motive. A motive? Her plot foiled, the witness got into an argument with her client, Mr. Smith, and the denouement of the argument was murder. What? I didn't. I'm no killer. It's a trap. Someone's trying to frame me. Ooh! So does that mean? So does that mean our defendant is cleared? What tango is we weave when we practice to deceive? So tango, we catch ourselves in the process. Such a hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Christoph Gavin. What are you saying? Bro, they've been going at it for like the beginning of this case, bro. Something's up with this guy. Something's up. Why not consider the other possibility that there was another person in the room at the time of the murder. Right, like Mr. Wright was saying before recess. A single card was swapped into the victim's hand after the murder, and the one who saw the card didn't know two colors what the cards were being used. A fourth person. This theory again, your fourth person doesn't exist. Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to court. Here, where there's no escape and no chance for deception. The perfect place to catch the real criminal. He knows something. The real criminal, and we're in luck. A clue to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us. And right at the beginning of the trial, no less. Ooh. Apollo, perhaps you know what I'm talking about. Do I? You remember what I said? The fourth person who swapped the card made one critical error. He or she wasn't considering the color in the backs of the cards. Right, but how could such an obvious mistake occur? The cards used for the last games were red. Yet, there is not one person here in our court who thought those cards were blue. Ooh. Ooh, well, Apollo, think you figure out who it was? It's not me, I know. Who is this? Let's see what the defense has to say. Who was it? Who thought the cards were used in the game were blue? It was him! No way! We're the same age! I'm kidding. But no way! He thought the cards were blue. As I expected. That's crazy. Your eyes and ears are as sharp as your hair. I was right. Christoph Gavin, you were the fourth person that night. But of course Mr. Gavin knows the color of the cards. How would he? As you can see, the foil of the crayon is black and white. You can't tell which one of the cards are blue, the ones on the floor or the table. Look, you can see the colors in this photo. Yes, but when he said the cards were blue, it was well before this evidence came to light. I tested him. I completely missed that. Well, Christoph? Mr. Gavin? Mr. Gavin, is something the matter? No, nothing. Excuse me, it was just so sudden. Right, you aren't seriously accusing me, are you? That's right, he's the GOAT! Oh, Christoph, you know, even I've never taken a joke this far. He is the GOAT! Remember, he was an unbeatable lawyer before this. This has gone beyond ridiculous, beyond dumb. This is insanity. The defendant accusing his own defense attorney of murder? I assure you I'm quite sane. But what possible connection could Mr. Gavin have to the victim? I wasn't aware that I had a connection to Mr. Smith either. Yes, but Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met. Well, what did they have? There is a possibility after all. They may have met that night before the game started. What are you suggesting? Is this true Mr. Wright was staying silent about? Or only one thing to do? Mr. Wright, the defense would like to request that you testify to the court.
Objection!
Ooh, the defense would like to request no such thing. He is hiding. Mr. Gavin, testimonies must relate to the case. How could anything happening before the game of poker be related? I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Gavin. As I explained before, the defense believes that Miss Orley... Am I to assume you speak for Mr. Justice in this? He is the defense, not you. Ooh. There you... Mr. Justice, the matter of Mr. Wright's testimony is up to you. Oh, okay. Does the court, in your opinion, need to hear Mr. Wright's testimony? Hell yeah! This is Mr. Wright's strategy. He was planning this all along, and I intend to see it through. The defense would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to the court. at two justice, you would betray me, your teacher? Ooh, that's crazy. I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin. This isn't about loyalty. This is about the truth. It's about justice. Very well, the defendant, Mr. Wright, will take the stand, please. Ooh. That evening, Christoph and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this. That evening, Christoph and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. Okay, so you had dinner with him. Shakespeare walked in 5 minutes after Christoph left. Okay. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was not out cold and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. That's when I made another phone call to defense attorney Gavin. Oh. Mr. Gavin, you were at the Borsbowl Club that night of the murder? I dined with him rather frequently. And he talked to the defendant on the phone directly after the murder. Ooh, quite against my will, I had become involved in a murder. I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called him. You were planning this all along, weren't you? Right. Just because you wanted to drag me into your little murder trial. The only thing I want is the truth, as I did back then and now. That's why he's the fucking goat. I thought my office was doing you a favor when we took on your defense. It appears that I was wrong. Ooh, he regrets it. Justice, sir, he's lying, and you're going to expose him. Understood, sir. Mr. Gavin versus Mr. Wright. This can't end well. Ooh, Mr. Wright. Why can't I have a normal trial? At this point, fucking Winston Payne isn't even in the mix. That end of the time I had dinner. We sat at the table of this photograph. You had dinner with Mr. Gavin? Yes, he does with me at the Borsbowl Club quite frequently. We were enjoying a usual dinner at our usual spot, as usual. I always sit at the table closest to the piano. I see. Where Mr. Smith was sitting. So the place and such on the table were from your dinner? Indeed, the remnants of my meal with Christoph. We dined for about 2 hours, then Christoph left. After that, 5 minutes. So the two of them could have passed in the restaurant during that time. That would have been a fateful encounter, to be sure. Oh, Mr. Wright, what was it you said? Christoph, Gavin, and Shady Speak may have met? I believe I did say that. Here I was all nervous about this meeting, and now we're here they just passed in the hall? That does seem a little weak as a pretense for murder. Oh, it would be if that were all that really happened. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress with the bottle. About this failed trap, this is the same trap that Miss O'Reilly mentioned. The plan was simple, elegant, Billy. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to play the card in Wright's pocket beforehand and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. He would then pull out the planted card and the trap would snap shut. You swap the cards. Yes, a harmless prank, in essence. It was by a quirk of fate that I happened to discover it. A quirk? I happened to put my hand in my pocket and found a card. The card, she planted. Yes, I snuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of hearts. I had a feeling that so I disposed of the card before the game. Smart. There was an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me. I threw the card inside the bottle. An empty bottle of grape juice. Yes, I rolled it up and shoved it in there. The color gas makes it hard to see. Card inside a murder weapon? That's strange. The police missed in their investigation? Maybe I'll take a look. Mr. Wright, the poker head of court approves of this battle. Please revise your testimony with this new information. Why in the bottle? I perceived my opponent's intent immediately. I'm used to entrapment, you see? I knew what was coming. Ho ho ho, so you struck first. I like that. I know every trick in the book. They don't work on me. At least when you get lucky and stick your hand in your pocket, they don't. The girl was not that cold. If Smith was uncontrollable, I left to call the police. You made a call to the police on the first floor of the restaurant, correct? Exactly. Cell phones don't get a signal down the hideout. Was anyone else on the first floor at the time? Not a soul. It was the middle of the night, after all. So there, in a dark restaurant, I'll call the cops. After making the call, I returned to the hideout. It didn't seem right to leave the injured waitress alone. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. Wait, hold on. Photo for head removed during investigation. How did you know that was a cut on his forehead? There's a hat in there. I think this might be it.
Objection!
Mr. Wright, if I may. Yes. Take a look at this photograph of the crime scene. See the victim here? He's wearing a hat. I wouldn't think you could see blood in his forehead. See? That's what I was thinking too. Good point. Justice. Next thing you point out an inconsistency, put a little more oomph into it. Mr. Wright, can you explain this to the court? Ah, I forgot to mention something. I was the one who put the hat on his head. Oh, that makes sense as well. Eh? You put that hat on the dead man's head? He wore it through our entire poker game. After calling the police, when I returned to the scene, his head was in full view. Shining bright, just like in this photograph. Yeah, he's bald-headed. And I picked his hat up off the floor and put it on his head. All I can say is, I'm sorry, but that's the only thing I touched at the crime scene. So Miss O'Reilly didn't see it? It being the victim's his head? I think not. She was out cold. I believe I was the only one who witnessed his head. Ah, here we go again. Mr. Gannon. Pardon. It should seem that our client is determined to lie his way through this case. He's still our client, isn't he? Right at this point. He's fighting for who? In any case, please continue the cross-examination. I'm afraid this has a contingency call for decisive evidence. Oh, push him harder, Justice. Break him. Hey, yo, pause. It's just you and the witness in the ring. Go for the KO. Why do I get the feeling we're not on our client's side anymore? That's what I'm saying. Could you explain why you call Mr. Gavin? It's obvious. I'd obviously gotten involved in a rather sticky affair, and I figured Christoph's law office would give me a friend rate for my defense fees. Ah, glad to see you intend to pay. Oh, I'll pay in full, Christoph. It was I who got you involved after all. You may find the price of your defense quite high, my good friend. Let's look at the bottle. I don't see a card here.
Objection!
Mr. Wright, if I may. Yes. I've examined the bottle and I don't see any card in here. No. What, Mr. Wright? Surely isn't all you have to say for yourself. I can't say that I don't know what happened to the card. I did put it in that bottle, however. Huh? Perhaps a fifth person came and took it out. Oh, and a sixth person could have helped. Oh, you got jokes, huh? Mr. Governor, Mr. Wright is your client. My apologies, Your Honor. I won't have you disparage in our investigation either. We looked inside that bottle. There was nothing. So what's going on? Is Mr. Wright hoodwinking us again? Or did the card just disappear? I believe that's enough of that. This witness testimony is more like a travesty. It's riddled with lies. I'm beginning to see how you came to lose your attorney's badge 7 years ago. See, he was a great lawyer. And then he lost it. Well, you certainly have a unique way of treating your clients. Christoph, I never knew. I believe it was you who threw the first stone. Mr. Wright, if you intend to ever tell the truth about this case, it's now or never. Don't be misled. I haven't told a single lie here. See, like, he's a lawyer. He was a really good lawyer. And, like, he knows the court system. When I noticed the trap, I put the card in the bottle to dispose of it. And when I put that hand on the victim's head, let's just say I had a reason for doing that as well. A reason? The reason is right here. Telephone. That night, recall that I spoke with Defense Attorney Gavin after calling the police. Just in case I report every conversation was ooh. Now that we're all here, I see the reason why I shouldn't play it back for the court. Ooh, these two got receipts. Christoph, I seem to be in a bit of trouble. What's this? Game not going well? Something like that. That gentleman who challenged you, he turned out to be good? He turned out to be dead? Someone hit him hard? You mean someone cracked that flawless bone china plate? It wasn't you, was it? Me? Please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands, should it come to that. Bone. How did he knew he was bald? A kind of portion very smooth and shiny and not plate but pate. I believe he was referring to a certain gentleman's balding forehead. The court appreciates the defendant's discretion in not indicating my okay. Wait a second. Something's not right about that phone call. So after Mr. Gavin ate dinner with you, he left the Borsbowl Club. Most certainly. Then how did he know? When did he see? Did he see? Yes. That was when I began to see my good friend in a different light. Woo! Christoph. Troubled, I returned to the crime scene. And when I spotted Mr. Spit's head again, I realized exactly what was wrong. Well, Mr. Gavin, the stage has been set. Perhaps you would like to explain this to the court. Exactly how did you come by your privileged knowledge of the victim's head? Miss Phoenix writes the... So, this is your reason? The reason why you put the victim's hat back on? Your point, Mr. Gavin? It's come down to this, has it, Phoenix Wright? He has something against... Hold on. Mr. Payne. I believe this court has been left with no other choice. Are you prepared to hear Defense Attorney Gary's testimony? Yes. Very well, we'll break for 10 minutes. After which Mateo will take the stand for a cross-examination. Are we all clear on that? Crystal clear, Your Honor. Very well, this will be the final recess for the day. Whew. Mr. Gavin and Mr. Wright are both in the judge's chamber. Who would have thought today would turn out like this? May I? Oh, hello there. What? Hello, sir. Please pick a card. What's all this about? Is this one okay? Excellent. I have a message for you. The last hand is about to be played. You'll need a trump card to make it. A trump card? The card you have chosen is magical. Use it wisely, and the game is yours. That's all. Oh, there's an ace. Where do I remember that card from? Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces and Mr. Wright's 2. It is 5 aces in all. Is that missing ace? It is true, I have seen it. The 5th ace. There was cheating, I swear to you. And there's a drop of blood, the missing 5th ace. Wait, this blotch of red? Is this blood? Woo! That's Phoenix Wright's daughter. You have your trump card, that's up to you to cut the deck and draw the truth. My father's finishing your hands. I know you can do it. Yeah, that was the daughter. Francis Tinnicker Gavin, will you please take the stand? Aww. How the tables have turned. Now then, you've witnessed a... Will the witness think he's named an occupation? Is this farce necessary? Your Honor, believe me, far strange things have gone on in this courtroom. Fine, I'll play along. First, there's one thing we need to have made clear. How did you know about the secret beneath the victim's hat? By secret, I'm guessing he means the fact that Mr. Pitt was ball. Forgive my curiosity, but what is it about this fellow's hat? Your Honor seems to have an inordinate interest in it.
Objection!
Oh, look at him! Oh, they play his old theme song. Oh, that is awesome. That was his theme song every time he ejected back in the older games. And now look at him. 7 years since he's lost his lawyer's badge, now look at him. I wouldn't call it inordinate. Guys, I'm geeking out. I'm so sorry. Also, if you have noticed, I do have this shirt. Okay. Mr. Wright, what do you think you're doing, right? Wow, things sure look different from the other side. You know what I mean? Apollo, look at him. He's loving this. Love that for him. Speaking of looking from the other side, let's consider something for a second. The victim wore the hat all night, never once taking it up, except for that one time. That one time being the instant he was hit. Oh. When Mr. Wright returned from reporting the crime, the hat was lying on the floor. Mr. Wright picked it up and placed it on the victim's head. In other words, in order to have seen Mrs. Smith's bald head, you either had to have been there in the hideout at the time of the crime. In other words, I must be the real killer. Is that what you're trying to say? Not bad, Apollo. Love this. I'm afraid that I haven't been entirely honest with the court. Oh, I assure you, I had no noblest of intentions. I did it all to protect my client, Mr. Wright. Yeah, I'm afraid in the current situation, I see little reason to hide anything. Very well, allow me to tell you the truth of what happened that night. Yes, do tell. The rage I sensed in that man that night troubled me, so I returned to the club. I went down to the basement and peeked in through the little window to the hideout. It must have been right after the murder took place. The victim was dead as he appears in the photo. A bald head, an unconscious girl, and right holding a bottle in his hand. I said that was not the best place for me to be at the time, and so I left. That's when the call came from right. So you witnessed the murder? For better or worse, I missed the actual moment of the deed. Your testimony is clear. There's advantages to your crime. That is true. What else could I say? I'm standing on the witness stand after all. That is also true. So you are Mr. Gavin. And you had to testify as you just did. You had to tell them you saw the scene of the crime through the little window. Mr. Wright, you had to say that. Because that was the only probable window of opportunity. Right, Apollo? Mr. Wright, the defense should do the crime scene, not the defendant. Mr. Justice, are you prepared? That is crazy. This trial is getting weirder and weirder. Okay. That man, you mean Mr. Smith? He was different from the other customers. His aura, shall we say? I knew he was a serious poker player, but it was more than that. And then you knew the true nature of your client's job? Of course, but I also knew he wasn't engaged in gambling, which would be illegal. Well, it makes sense that he knew. They were friends after all. Word from my friend, I returned to the club. You see, I feared this Mr. Smith might be someone coming to settle an old score. I see what happened then. I went down to the basement and peeked into the little window to the hideout. Oh, go back. No, go back. The little window. You mean the one you used to keep the watch up the stairs? Yes, I have a look at the ancient past. The black marketeers used it, I believe. Why did you go through the trouble of peeking into the window? Wouldn't it have been easier to just open the door and go into the room? I didn't want to upset Wright. You see? Upset Mr. Wright? Yes, what if my fears had been unfounded? I'd be walking in under a match. Bad form to say the least. So far everything he's saying makes sense. Yes. It must have been right up then. How do you know it was Mr. Wright? How do you know it was right after the murder? Really no need to shout, Justice. I was just getting to that part of my testimony. Ah, there he is. The coolest defense in the West we know and love. Even when you're standing up on the witness stand, some things never change. I was afraid you'd change too, right? But you haven't. You and that overbearing personality of yours. With friends like these, who needs enemies? The victim was dead as he appears in the photo. By photo, you mean the second photograph of the crime scene? Precisely. You see, he wasn't wearing his hat then. I saw his hat when he was dead. And then Mr. Wright came along and replaced his hat. Can you describe the scene of the crime for us? A bald head, an unconscious girl, and Wright falling. Those were the only three at the scene of the crime. Yes, as far as I saw at least. And then we're back where we started. The killer was the defendant, Phoenix Wright. Who else could it have been? But why didn't you talk to the police? Two reasons. First, I didn't actually witness the very moment of the crime. Second, my office was asked to defend Wright. Even after seeing what I had seen, I couldn't abandon my friend. Objection! There must have been someone else there at the moment of the crime. Justice, I just said I saw no one. Not us all. Ah yes, this mysterious fourth person. Who would conveniently be the real killer, I suppose. Glad to see you agree, Mr. Gavin. Let me pose a question then. tell me. What possible reason did the real killer have to swap cards in the victim's hands? That is also... Perhaps you can show us a reason why such thing would be necessary? How can I show something I can't find myself? Remember, Apollo, the card that was swapped out was the 5th ace. What, Mr. Justice? Do I have evidence? It's now or never. The defense would like to present evidence to the court. Evidence showing the reason why a card was swapped out. Why did the killer take the 5th ace? Actually, I didn't even actually investigate it. Let's investigate. What color is it? It is the red one. A single drop of blood makes the front of the card. Let's go with this, right? Wait, this is victims. My reason is this. Is that an ace? Why, it's got blood in it. Right next to the spade. This is insane. Why wasn't I told about this? Why? Could this be the missing 5th ace? It is! Inconceivable. How could you... Ooh! What are you doing with that card? Well, that's the thing. Why is Mr. Gavin so upset? Why are you upset? It's just a fishy card from some fishy girl. Oh, that card? It's mine. Ooh. That is, I picked it up at the Borscht Bowl Club that night after the murder had occurred. Oh. I gave it to my daughter. Cards are her stock in trade after all. No, impossible. Unacceptable. The court can't accept this evidence. It's a fraud. How so? A fraud? How can you be so sure? I would think the only person who would claim it was a fraud would be the person who took the real card from the crime scene. Nope. He's fucking right. You would know that. Allow me to elaborate. What if this trace of blood was the reason? The reason for the killer to take the card from the scene of the crime? That will make sense. Hide the evidence. Where are you going with this? Take another look at the photo and at the victim's head. At the moment of the crime, his hat fell off the floor. And a trickle of blood ran from his forehead down to the back of his head. That is true. It didn't drop forward. He's leaning back, and then the blood. Couldn't a drop have fallen on one? Couldn't a drop have fallen on one of the cars? I suppose. The killer then took the car to hide the blood. Regardless, the evidence is non-permissible. Oh, right. Regardless of how you wasted the last 7 years. You used to be a lawyer, and a really fucking good one, which is why you're in that certain situation right now. You know what a serious crime it is to conceal evidence? Oh, we can discuss the finer points of our legal system later. What's important now is that I've answered your question. What are you talking about? You wanted to know why the killer would have taken a car from the crime scene. And now I've told you. That one drop of blood would have been inside the evidence, you see? This is so fucking good, guys.
Objection!
Oh, the iconic pose! Oh, I show you it's quite based. Aw. Phoenix, right? It's amazing, really. How a single drop of blood on a single card can lead us to the truth. It's quite simple. Well, Apollo? Yes. Try picturing the scene of the crime. In your head. Okay, let's picture it. Oh, okay. 3D. We got a 3D scene right here, 3D models. The murder placed in a hideout. The body of the luckless victim was found at the poker table. And before the killer swapped the card out, there was a single card with a drop of blood in it in the victim's hand. Given this, there is one decisive problem with this scene. Well, what is it? Let's keep it simple, shall we? Given that there was a drop of blood on the card, whose position in this diagram does it fit? The victims, the killers, or the witness? Whose position doesn't fit with the bloody card? What the fuck he said? Let's keep it. Given that there was a drop of blood on the card, whose position in this diagram doesn't fit? The victim, the killers, the witness, the second witnesses? Whose position doesn't fit with the bloody card? The killer, the victim, the killer, of course, right? Well, for one thing, the killer's in the wrong place, I think. You think? Fuck is... Let's keep this simple. So we, given that there was a drop of blood on a card, whose position in this diagram doesn't fit? Well, the victim, because the way he was... Right. Right. That's what I was thinking. Like, if blood was to drop out of his head, it would like drop forward, like blood forward in your face. It wouldn't drop backwards and land on the card. You think any blood would fall behind the body and not after the table in front of? Yeah, exactly. Take a look at the photo again. If he bled in this position, the blood will fall on the floor, not on the cards. Exactly. Well, that's right. So what does this mean? Incidentally, we're sitting in swivel chairs. Huh. Swivel chairs. Oh man. Apollo, try turning the chair around. It might have to be. So we have to assume that at the time of the murder, the victim's chair was facing away from the table. When Mr. Wright returned from informing the police which way was the freight chasing, when they came back to the room, the body was facing as seen in this photo. That would mean the killer turned the chair back around. Ooh! Let's take the next step. Look at the diagram once more. We know that victim chasing away from the table at the time of the murder, but this creates another significant contradiction. Fuck, he's facing a wall. Let's test your reasoning skills again, shall we? Apollo, whose location this directly contradicts our new understanding of the crime? The victim, the killer, the witness, or the second witness? Wait, what? Her, right? That country point is the location of witness. Oh. Whose location this crime contradicts our new understanding of the crime? Well, this fucker right here. What doesn't make sense is that the second witness. You mean to say I don't make sense? Oh, no, of course you do, sir. As I thought. Oh, well, the killer, right? I'm such an idiot, bro. The victim was struck from the front, correct? Indeed. Well, wouldn't it be hard for the killer to hit him from the front, sitting where his indicator currently is? I would think it would be quite hard, yes. Yes, but what are you saying makes no sense. Why would that victim suddenly turn to face the wall in the middle of a game? I believe a sufficient reason will soon come to light. There's something in this diagram that makes far less sense, actually. Looking at the diagram, Apollo, if the victim was struck while he was sitting as shown here, don't worry, let's think it through and see what we find. Right here. Right? The killer had to be standing well here. You get points for a flare, but that's about all you get. I hardly need to point out that then there would be impossible. The victim is facing a solid cupboard. Or you claim the killer climbed to the cupboard and hit him from above. It's simple logic, really. If this was the only place the killer could have been standing, then that means that at the very moment of the crime, wait, I know. At the moment of the crime, the cupboard wasn't there. What's this now? I mean, that's the only explanation, right, Mr. Gavin? Ooh! Your Honor, I have a suggestion for the defense. We should arrange to examine the cupboard in the hideout immediately. Bailiff, send it into the crime scene immediately. Have them try to move the cupboard. Your Honor, what? There's one more thing your man should look for. Please give this to the bailiff. Of course, he lands in our fucking courtroom. He is the fucking GOAT, the best lawyer. Like bro, this kid's just so amazing, bro. Like he was entangled in a murder, flipped it around, cleared his name, and then found. I do my best. But let's forge ahead here while we wait. Look at the diagram once again, it's been changed. If the killer was then here at the time of the crime, then this cupboard wasn't here, which means Apollo tried to move the cupboard. Okay. You can't see the little window. As you can see, the cupboard was a problem. Now the time of the video has to have been as shown here. Now anything's in place to reconstruct the movement of the crime. Oh my, what's this? In fact, oh dang, notice something, Apollo? Our line of detection is rapidly approaching its logical conclusion. Now then, Mr. Justice, please point. Is it the victim, the killer, the witness, the second witness? It is the second witness. There's no way he could have seen the fucking crime. The fucking cupboard is blocking it. About his cupboard, are we all okay with assuming it was moved? Sure, why not? Well, if it was, something really doesn't fit. The cupboard would have completely covered up the window to the stairs. That's right, someone standing outside wouldn't be able to see in. Someone like Mr. Gavin. Woo! Oh, is the coolest defense in the West losing his cool? Oh, he got jokes. Don't expect me to play along with your little game, right? It's not like a game until someone gets killed, Mr. Gavin.
Knuckles? You want to play? You want to play on Max?
Someone was. Well, the window. So, Mr. Gavin, perhaps you'd like to explain to the court exactly where did you witness the crime scene from? Ooh, that's the lawyer in him, bro. Never lost it. Even though he lost it, but never lost it. Excuse me, Your Honor. Order! We just now received word from our investigative team at the Bushbowl Club. They've examined the cupboard in the hideout. No. Well, Your Honor, it turns out there is a secret passage behind it. Yes, I believe I mentioned something of the sort before. This is one of the tricks to the room many of our regulars know about. A secret passage is a handy thing to have when you're engaged in illegal goings-on. You never know when you might need to duck away from the eyes of the law. So the room has a secret passage. Where does it go? The other set connects to the restaurant above. The underworld bosses could get away from the cops and enjoy a cold bowl of borscht, no doubt. Just like our killer. Crazy. You see where our line of simple deductive reasoning has led us, Apollo? Yeah, I see it, but I don't believe it. That girl wasn't kidding when she said I needed this trump card for the last hand. At the time of the murder, the window was blocked and the victim's hat was only ever set for a few minutes between Mr. Smith's murder and Mr. Red returned from calling the cops. In other words, the only place anyone could have seen the victim's bald head was from inside the hideout. Well, Mr. Gavin? Dare I ask what really happened that night? Actually, I think we could probably figure it out ourselves at this point. That night, for whatever reason, our killer had a date with Mr. Smith. Okay, our killer had a date with Mr. Smith. A date with Destiny. There he crouched, hidden in the secret passageway behind the cup court, holding his breath, waiting for just the right moment. Then the chance came, and he took it. That's crazy. Why did you do that? Ooh. Ooh. Well, it seems this child has taken another turn. I'm truly sorry I had to see this day come. Mr. Gavin? Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor. The prosecution will continue its investigation. As for Mr. Fide's right, the defendant, he is hereby clear of all suspicion. Let's go! Believe me when I say that I don't believe this is happening, Mr. Gavin. But I'm afraid circumstances call for me to issue a warrant for your arrest immediately. Crazy.
Objection!
Oh, he's not done. Oh, no need to apologize. I rather enjoyed myself. It's not every day you get to witness a legendary attorney's dirty taxes firsthand. Your point, Mr. Gavin? Frankly, Your Honor, I'm shocked that a person of your caliber would be taken in by such a low-grade parlor trick. Excuse me? The defendant is cleared of all suspicion. This is hardly the time for jokes, Your Honor. Mr. Red has been proven anyone's guilt or innocence here. What he has done is use illegal evidence to put the blame on someone else. and not just anyone else, but me, his own defense attorney. Taking legal evidence. Let me ask you, Mr. Gavin, is there still any reason at present to suspect me of wrongdoing? Of course. This bottle, for instance. The bottle of grape juice Mr. Wright was drinking. How do you intend to explain away the fingerprints on the murder weapon? And not just any fingerprints, am I right, Mr. Payne? The court in this case demanded an explanation. I think the only one reason why he will hold a bottle upside down, and that is to hit someone with the bottom of the bottle. Well, Your Honor, see how the caught fish scores for the last wild bottle? Yes. Your boss seems awfully concerned about this bottle still, but I'm sure you can come up with a suitable explanation, just like that. I would never grab a bottle upside down. Don't let him trick you into thinking his explanation is the only legitimate one. Mr. Gavin said that the court needs to demand an explanation. Don't worry, justice won't leave until justice is done. But after the defense will to enlighten the court, what evidence do you have to explain why the fingerprints of the bottle are upside down? It would be this one, because, like, I mean, like, I would say it's this picture. It's actually easier to show you than explain, Your Honor. Place the bottle on the floor next to your chair. Excuse me, on the floor. Makes sense. See, you naturally go to pick up the bottle by its neck. With your fingers upside down. Look at this photograph! Taken on the night of the murder! Alright, the defendant Mr. Red sat here. Playing piano, bottles of grape juice on the floor to the side of his piano bench. You have naturally picked up the bottles upside down several times. Wow, I can't believe it was that simple. Recall our dinner that evening, Christoph? I was drinking my usual juice then too. Basically, you used that bottle on the table to do the deed. But then you must have remembered, so you went and picked up one of the bottles from under the piano. And you switched the bottles. You took one of Mr. Wright's bottles and made it look like it was the murder weapon. This guy thought of it all. What do you have to say to those charges, Mr. Gavin? Oh, he's cool, calm and collected. Fascinating. So this is the legendary attorney's famed tactic of misdirection. You claim that I switched the bottle. Where is your proof? As I thought, more basis conjecture. I'm afraid your bottle of proof is quite empty. Whew, I wouldn't be so sure about that. Your Honor, when you initiated the investigation of that hideout earlier, do you recall I requested an additional investigation? Ah, yes. I have your memory right here. Retrieve the bottle from under the piano at the Borscht Bowl Cup. Ooh! And here's one of the bottles saying, ooh! What? Are you going to dust that footprint with it? Mistake. That bottle won't bear a trace of anything. Say, Apollo. Why don't you go ahead and examine that bottle? But why? Just humor me. Okay. That bottle will solve this case once and for all. Ooh! There's a card! There's something inside that bottle. This dude had like 10 steps ahead in this case, bro. What's this? That card, it can't be. Recall the unpleasant woman's testimony for a moment? Miss Olga? Yes, our little swoon in the vodka. That night, I planted the card like I was supposed to, and Wright lost the last hand just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him, but the planted card was gone. The trap failed. Wait, this isn't... You're telling me that this is the planted card you disposed of? The one you mentioned in this piece of testimony? I happened to put my hand in my pocket and found the card. Yes, I snuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card before the game. See, bro, this guy was like 50 steps ahead, bro. There was an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me. I threw the card inside a bottle. The 5 of hearts. This is the card. The bottles were swapped, and the only one who could have done that was the 4th person in the club that night. You, Mr. Christoph Gavin. Ooh. Damn. Oh, shit. He spit. Look at this dude. That is all. This your idea of revenge, Phoenix, right? Revenge now. Oh. Revenge for the events that took away your attendance badge 7 years ago? You wouldn't. My past is like my logic, straight and true. Nothing's changed. All I did was point the figure of justice in a proper direction. This guy's fucking goated, bro. Fine. I'm glad that we could have this little tit-to-tit, right? This is insane. What about me? Don't I get up to prosecuting one? That was taken out of the picture. It has nothing to do with him. I believe this will be finally come to the end of our trial. Mr. Payne, do you have a report for us on Christoph Gavin? He's admitted everything. We're processing his arrest right now. I see stuff. One has to wonder why he would do such a thing. He didn't have a connection to the victim, did he? Not that we know of. Mr. Bright, have you anything to add? I'm afraid I can't shed any more light on the matter. About this victim, Mr. Shady Smith. His occupation was listed as traveler, and not profession to be sure, and that's all we know about him. I'll arrange a follow-up investigation, Your Honor. Good, Mr. Wright. Yes? 7 years, and you still haven't lost your touch, because this is the fucking GOAT, bro. Christoph Gavin was a man with much significance for me, both as a friend and a lawyer. He was extremely talented, to be sure. I needed 2 things before I could confront him. The first was a place where no injustice would be tolerated, this courtroom. The second was a man who would tolerate no injustice. In other words, a defense attorney. You, Apollo. It is a dark time for our legal system, a twisting of justice brought out by our own initial trial system. We have to set it right. Mr. Wright, our work lies ahead of us, and I, for one, am looking forward to it. Well, this seems like a good time to announce a verdict. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Phoenix, Wright, not guilty. Court is adjourned. Thanks, Apollo. You came through just like I thought you would. I'm pretty sure I didn't do a thing in there. Honestly, yeah, he was the one who fucking did all the work. He was like 10 steps ahead. It was you who courted the killer. I couldn't have done it by myself. You substituted today, didn't you? Your ability? Yes, a sensitivity I lack. You'll come to understand it soon enough. You had to find the answer to that question yourself. The answer? Right. Today was full of questions without answers, most of them about Mr. Gavin. What possible reason could he have to commit the murder? Perhaps you learn that in the days to come. Ooh, wait, you don't know, do you? This locket is the key. Huh? Oh, that reminds me. I met the girl whose picture is in your locket. Yes, your daughter. Your daughter, right? That's right, she's my daughter. You know, you were right about this locket. Eh? I took this up the night he died. Woo! But it looks like our dear Russian scam artist saw me. So the truth is, this locket really did belong to him. Wait, but that's perjury. You testified, you said that locket was yours. I said no such thing actually. Huh? I immediately said that it was a locket with my daughter's picture inside. A subtle distinction, but a distinction nonetheless. Bro, see, that's what... Bro, like, he's... Like I keep saying, I'm gonna keep saying it, but he was a lawyer, like a really good lawyer. And he chooses words wisely, bro. He's not just saying things just to say it. And it's the truth. Wait, but then why? Why was the victim wearing a locket with a picture of your daughter inside it? Sometimes the straightest path to truth isn't the best one. Give it time. You're still just getting started with your career. Speaking of which, I may be out of a job. I work for gambling officers after all. I still can't believe I just cemetery got let away in handcuffs. Crazy, bro. Apollo? Yes. How about coming to work for me? You mean at the right and call law offices? That was the office we used to work in the previous game. That was his firm. That right and call offices. But I'm pretty sure he lost it because obviously he lost his attorney's badge. But right and call law offices. I mean, there's not a single attorney in my generation doesn't know it. See, he was really famous. He was really up there. I can't imagine that to be true. But wait, but didn't you? You're not a... Oh, I turned in my badge. Yes, I'm not an attorney anymore. See? That incident 7 years ago. That legendary trial. It was a scary trial when you think about it. And at the middle of it all was one man. Phoenix Wright. The case reached a sad conclusion and he left law for good. Have you ever thought about coming back to the courts? I'm not qualified to stand in the court of law, I'm afraid. Didn't you notice in today's trial, there was a single piece of forged evidence? Forged evidence? What are you talking about? I'm talking about the evidence that shouldn't have existed. A naughty magician's trick. One piece of evidence struck me as that. It's true. It just seemed, well, too perfect. It was this one. You mean this, don't you? I get this from your daughter, Mr. Wright. Yes, that card couldn't have been found at the crime scene. Why? Because the killer took it with him when he left. Leaving the wrong card in this place, luckily for us. The court can't accept this evidence. It's a fraud. A fraud? How can you be so sure? I would think the only person who could claim it was a fraud would be the one who took the real card from the right crime scene, the real killer. See, bro, that's why he's fucking goated, bro. Like, yes, he did forge the evidence, but he knew that in order for him to be called out, the killer would know that it would be a fraud. Like, he was already like 20 steps ahead of this fucking case. Like, he forged the evidence knowing that if he was to call him out on it, he would have to explain why and how you knew that was the forged evidence. And the only way to explain it is to include yourself in the scene and basically admitting that you committed a crime. So it was literally like checkmate for him. My verdict was already handed down 7 years ago. Then you really... Yes, I forged this card. More like at the crime scene should have told you it wasn't real. But if you can't do something like that and call yourself an attorney, who's calling themselves an attorney? Apollo. So it's true. The rumor is true. 7 years ago. None of that matters much now, does it? I think he punched him. Yeah, he punched him. Of course he had a good time. And with that, Mr. Red walked out the door. And that's how my first trial ended. And a lot of mysteries went unsolved, and at the time I had no idea they were all related. Every mystery that day, connected by a single thread of logic. I find that out soon enough. My name is Apollo Justice, attorney at law, and this is how my story begins. Trust me, it gets juicier along the way. Of course. Returns again. I know they have like DLC costumes, right? Oh, set. Oh, I can set. Wait, background? I can set backgrounds. That's fucking dope. Oh, that's so cute. I gotta admit, this is dope. This one's definitely. This is also. This is the 3DS cover. I also like this one. Damn, which one do I like? We just finished this Kate, so this one's dope. Which one looks cool? I feel like I want to go with the OG. I want to go with the OG. Ah, I love that. I love that. I love that. Let's see. No, no. That's fucking dope. I like that. Back to title. What else? Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Let's not look at that. The museum. Okay, I won't go there then. Wait, hold up. Okay, yeah, let's not. Okay, let's not. Yes. All right, guys, we're gonna end it here. Thank you for those who stopped by. Wait. Thank you for those who stopped by and watched me play this game. I've been down and play these games. So I feel like I'm gonna have a new schedule. Like, it's really hard for me to be able to stream during the week due to my schedule change at work. So that's why I've been going for like days without streaming. The schedule's been really tight. So my new schedule is gonna be the weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And obviously I'll stream when I have like days off from work, but that's gonna be the usual schedule. If I want to continue playing this game full through, when I play the whole series, hopefully I'm playing it too, because realistically I didn't play the other two games, so I'm really looking forward to it. But for those who stopped by, thank you. If you guys want to rewatch this, you're gonna have to rewatch it in my streams. Also, I do have a YouTube channel which I'll probably link right now. Give me 1 second, because I will be uploading this to my YouTube channel. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna put it on that chat in case you guys ever want to watch this.
https://www.youtube.com/@the.17th.
So I'm be uploading the stream to YouTube, so you guys will watch at your convenience. But thank you for stopping by, guys. I'll see how soon I can come back. Hopefully, you don't have to wait till the weekend, because I know it's a pretty long time for me to wait to upload this. I got 4 people watching, but as soon as I'm about to end the stream, that's when people want to start showing up. But again, if you want to rewatch this, it'll be on my YouTube. YouTube is on the chat. Thank you for stopping by, guys. Have a good night, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.